Hello, everyone. It is Rory here at that Eurovision site, Eurovision with a Slice of Life. We are continuing on with our interviews here at Festival da Canção 2026. We are now being joined by the lovely Marquise, who will be hopefully maybe winning Festival da Canção 2026 with their song Chuva. Boa noite, tudo bem? Muito bem-vindo a esta entrevista.
Hello, boa noite.
Oh,
Happy to be here.
yeah.
Thank you
How
so
are
much.
you?
Well, thank you so much for coming to chat to us. I know obviously, it's you're very busy now in the run up to everything now with Festival de Canção. So how was it just to kind of get started? How was it for you guys when you like got the call to basically say, you know what, you guys, you're going to Festival de Canção this year. You're going with Chuva. Like what was the immediate reactions?
It was a little bit surprising because bands that are in the context, in the music context and scene that we are inserted in here in Portugal normally don't get invited to this kind of shows in television. So it was a little bit of a surprise when the TV channel asked us and invited us to go there. But I don't know, it was just a bit of a surprise because we weren't expecting it. But after that, we just took like a week just to figure it out if we wanted or not. And well, we took the decision to participate.
Sorry, how did you guys actually end up choosing to celebrate, or like where were you when you found out like the news, and did you feel like actually, you know what, this is the right decision now? How did you kind of congratulate yourselves?
I don't know. I just drank a beer, probably. I think that's what I did.
I don't know if we celebrated that much actually.
Yeah, I don't remember celebrating with any of them. So yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
perfect.
just did a call us for just to figure out if it's actually something that we want to do or not, and then we just took the decision. It was just nothing all over the world. We didn't celebrate it that much.
Yeah.
We had work to do as well.
No, no, that's the thing, isn't it? You're when you've got like a lot of preparations and then also just have a day, like a life outside of all of this thing as well. It could be very hard to kind of get the balance, isn't it? So, um, so let's like actually just talk then a little bit about Shuva. I mean, how was the writing process for it? Like, what was your sort of inspirations for everything? How did the song kind of begin?
I had an idea for a bass line when we were rehearsing, and then during the night I had an idea for the guitar parts, and then the next day we had a rehearsal. So I showed it to the three of them, and because there's three of us here, but Mafalda, she couldn't be here, but she's a singer and she writes the lyrics and she also plays a bit of guitar now. And so it always works like that. Like someone has an idea in one or two or three instruments, and then we kind of put all the pieces together, or like the four of us. That's the only way that we make it work. So that was it. We spent like 2 3 rehearsals, like making the instrumental parts, and then Mafalda had the lyrics to it, and then we just made the song in one of the rehearsals, like on 2 weeks later or something. We had been recording it like as a demo because we work separately. Like some of we don't all live in the same city, so that's kind of the way we're now trying to do things, like recording instrumentals and like sending them to the WhatsApp group or something. So we kind of that's how it got. It ended up being made.
Yeah. I like that sound. It sounds like it's just like taking bits from here and there and just sort of being like, let's just stick this together and just hope it sounds good in a way.
Yeah, that's usually what we do. We just hope it sounds good.
Yeah, definitely. It sounds like you guys are very like creative in that kind of sense. And, obviously, like how you say you don't all live in the same city, so it's hard to kind of really, you know, really come together to kind of do those things. So, obviously, but you've already kind of gone on quite a good like album release already. You had your Elakayu, I think is the name of the band, or the name of the album. So you had that already, and then obviously then you had your first EP as well. So like like how this is going. I mean, how would you sort of describe your music, I guess? Because it's a little bit sort of metal, a little bit rock, but also like a little bit kind of fusion at the same time. How would you sort of you describe that?
I don't know really. I think all of us don't know actually how to describe it. We don't have actually a name specific for it. They can call it alternative rock, I guess. But I guess it's always a mixture of our own styles of playing and a big reference from the 80s and the 90s. You have the grunge era, but also very big bands and projects here in Portugal during that time and in the early 2000s that shaped us as musicians and how we play and the sound that we want to achieve with our own instruments as well and voice. It is very shaped by by especially the music from those times, I guess, especially from Portugal.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's really interesting to hear like when you say sort of the 80s and the 90s that you can definitely hear those kind of elements at least in Chuva for sure. And I guess as well like thinking about like the kind of references like how you were saying like who are some of the big sort of inspirations for you guys in terms for your music? Because obviously, the band kind of originated, you started in a way in Porto, and I mean Porto is so full of different styles of music already, like you must have been taking one from like here, one from there, like from Aveiro, also nearby, also like Villarreal, like all of these kind of places. So how was it to kind of where are your sort of inspirations, I guess, for each of you?
I don't know. That usually varies from one member to the other. Um, I know, for example, even myself, I usually like different things from time to time. Like now, I'm really obsessed for some reason on Steve Reich, so that's what I've been listening to. But it changes a lot. I don't know. I would say Pixies is
Yeah.
a common influence among us, probably.
How about you, Miguel and Matias?
I don't know, like my style of playing comes a lot from the early 2000s R&B albums like Voodoo by D'Angelo. That's what I take most of my I don't take, I steal maybe, I don't know. But I guess I take it a lot I take a lot of inspiration from there. But specifically bands from Porto because Porto has a very specific way of music here in Portugal. It's not a niche because it's huge in the country, but still. So bands like Clan are probably my biggest reference, and I've been a fan since I remember specifically that band.
I'd say that like these past few months, specifically the ones where we were writing this song, I was really influenced by Elliott Smith, especially on like guitar playing and composing stuff. But I feel like all like a broader image of that would look something like all the bands that we have met and been around here in Portugal and Porto since we started playing, because we were met with the whole huge universe that like even us living here didn't even know about. So here comes some plugs. Saliva Diva, which is the our record label, um, where if I actually another artist from this year's competition, she's also from this label. So they sponsor a lot of underground bands and independent music here in Porto, but Portugal now. I don't know. For me, like bands like Trasgo that are also from here, that like, kind of like heavier music, but they also kind of broadened the like opened up a lot of possibilities for us. Like just meeting with all these people and seeing all the stuff that's around you that also meets a lot of standards that we put on ourselves as national musicians to be met by international bands. But there's really greater standards here. So that kind of that's at least my like big inspiration. It's just like meeting here's standards, you know?
Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, Portugal is so full of amazing artists. Like you see this every single year, obviously watching Festival de Canção and, even just getting immersed within Portuguese music and Portuguese culture. There's so much tradition, but also a lot of sort of boundaries being broken at the same time as well, which is quite nice. So I can see that definitely. And I guess kind of like looking at Festival de Canção, I mean, your sort of style of kind of heavier sort of rock slash alternative rock, it's not really something that we have often in Festival de Canção. So I mean, it must feel nice then to sort of show like, yes, this is also just the kind of music that does come from Portugal. It's not just always like fado or like kind of traditional ballads or something. It's nice to have a bit more sort of variety and you can show that Festival de Canção is more than just that kind of thing, right?
Yeah, I do agree with that. I don't know. I guess in Portugal, since Salvador Sobral, that genre of ballad has become a little bit more common, even though all of those other genres and styles of music have been composed and published here. So it's a very nice thing that Festival da Canção are betting on just a handful of new and different genres. So people who actually watch it have like just this big plethora of different Portuguese music so they can get a little bit from everything. And I think that's a good showcase of what emerging talents here in Portugal have to show for.
Yeah, definitely. I think as well, also, there's a lot of more bands that are coming out. I mean, obviously, last year we had Napa. This year we have, like you guys, we have also Nunca Mates o Mandarim as well. Like, there's a lot of these kind of small bands that are really like coming out and emerging from these kind of things. So, how does it feel for you guys being, you are the front line almost in this thing of people are like listening to you guys and thinking, this is what Portugal is like now.
I don't know, it's good. We have good solo artists, we have good bands as well. So I guess it's nice to that Napa made a statement, or I guess made a statement by winning that we actually have bands that can participate and can do a good showcase and performance in these kind of contests because it's a it's different logistics to have all the instruments and everything. So here sometimes it's not always about the song, it's always about the performance and all the visuals. So actually to have those two kinds of things, the logistics of having a band and the whole instruments there, and balance it with the music and the visuals and the dynamic, and finding that balance was nice. And I'm glad that we have more bands. We have as well Nunca Matsu Mandarin, and we hope we can have more bands in the future as well because we have very good bands here in Portugal.
Yeah.
Matias
And
mentioned Trasgo as well.
I just say that like you said, like oh this is what Portugal is or has now, and I mean it's great that now it's going out there, but I feel like it's also important to say that like this is how Portugal has been for like a long time, always housing really great alternative bands and independent artists. And I mean, I feel like this is an opportunity for us to showcase just that like we come from a different bubble, and that's awesome. It's great that this bubble gets to pop on television. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's definitely true that you don't see like these kinds of things and it's great that everyone can sort of see that there is so much variety here. Maybe not always it's always as popular or it's not as visible, but at least there's something that you are representing that kind of thing, which is fantastic to see. And I guess as well, also, you guys are talking, we're also talking about Festival de Canção, but we're also in a way sort of also talking about Eurovision too. And I know that you guys are, Marquise is one of the bands that obviously said they would not go to Eurovision if you did win Festival de Canção. I mean, when that you made that statement, I mean, how was the reaction like for you guys? Did you face any backlash, or has people been sort of quite welcoming to you guys for that, or how has that been for you?
I guess it's a little bit of both. Festival da Canção has a big platform there, so you are exposed to all kinds of people with different opinions. So we got messages and comments either supporting us or just against us. Some more naive and just saying, "Okay, I don't agree with you." Some a little bit more aggressive, but I guess it's just part of the life when it comes to Festival da Canção, and it's okay. We don't have to have the same opinion, but we are very comfortable with our decision and we don't regret it.
Definitely. I think it's a very hard situation in a way because you know you guys are just you're making music and then there's also this whole other thing that's kind of going on in the background that you know you're not trying to be involved in this kind of way and sometimes you have to make a stand in that kind of sense, isn't it? So I'm glad that you feel that this is like the way that you wanted it to be and you know you're pressing on as the best as the ways you can, you know, and I think a lot of other people would agree with you too in that sense too, which I'm very happy about at least. So, um, but let's talk then a little bit about the festival then. I mean, obviously you guys have been watching it for a long time, I'm going to guess, because to me it seems like at least, you know, Festival Canção, it infiltrates every single part of your being at some point or in your life. So how has it been for you guys to sort of watch it? And do you have any favorite songs, any favorite memories? How has it been for you?
I
It's I'm
don't.
first Miguel. The
I don't know. I've never watched that much Eurovision and Festival da Canção. I've started following Festival da Canção by the time of Salvador Sobral, I think, just out of curiosity. Then Cono Nos Iris was a good song. I enjoyed that too. Um, um, well, some historic songs from Eurovision, like you know, ABBA is surely a song I don't remember because I wasn't born yet, but a song that I enjoy. And yeah, that's it. Of course, I don't know.
Yeah, for me it's as well the same thing. I've never watched Festival da Canção. I think I watched the Black Mamba one when Black Mamba won it because I've known Black Mamba a little bit before. Uh, I watched some of their shows here in Porto. And but other than that, I've never been a huge fan of Eurovision. That's why when you asked us like how did we feel when we got the invite, it's just a little bit of a surprise and a little bit of the unknown, because at least for me, I didn't have the idea of how big is the bubble of Festival da Canção here in Portugal. But I don't know, we're just figuring out as we're going.
And how about you,
But Da
Matias?
Vinci is cool. Da Vinci Muse. What's the name? Conquistador. I know that one as well.
Matias
Um,
is very much like, no, what are you
oh
saying?
no, no, that's like a somewhat. I don't want to speak on it. I just I haven't actually watched Eurovision. I think I watched it once last year, the finals at a friend's house, but just the last part where they're voting and like they're saying, "Oh my God, who won?" I think that's the part I saw. But like I remember seeing some things about Stalker stuff because it's usually like on TV and maybe you're having dinner and turn on the TV and someone's singing, and I'm usually attracted to that sort of thing. So, but I haven't really been like an enthusiast, you know. I don't really know that much about it, so it's being really fun, like getting to know it from the inside, because I feel like that's not a thing like much people get to do, you know. So that's definitely something unique to and like a good way I feel like to think about it. Yeah.
Yeah, in a way, it's like, you know, you're seeing everything once you kind of peek behind the curtain. So you see how everything is already sort of being organized. It's a view that not a lot of people have. So I think you can be very kind of, you know, introspective, I guess, and sort of like be like anthropologists in a way, you know, like looking and studying everything. How does this work? How does this thing work? So it's like you can make a great documentary or something about that at the end or something. But lovely. And then I guess also just maybe as a band, as a collective, I don't know. I mean, obviously your music is now going to be shown to a whole load of new people, obviously within Portugal and also in abroad. I mean, you know, I'm speaking to you guys from the UK, like it's already you have quite a lot of new listeners already. I mean, what would be one song that you would recommend from your previous like catalog that you would recommend people to listen to?
I personally wouldn't recommend Não Quero Ser because I really like that song.
I'd say the same. I'd say the same. I love that song. Yeah.
I'll play Delirious because it's a whole different environment from Não Quero Ser. So like that, you have just the whole landscape of what our music is for now. We're still exploring new ideas. So I guess for now, this is the landscape. So you get both extremes, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, they all sound very interesting. I'll definitely put them on my playlist now. I mean, I've already got Chuva on my playlist already, so I'm going to put it on other stuff on there too, just to give you the extra streams as well, of course, which is very good. And I guess as well, just like what's next for you guys and after Festival de Canção? I mean, obviously, this is just a sort of stop along the way for other things that are going on in your career. So what is next? Are you guys going to release new music soon? Is there anything else sort of in the pipeline? Like what is next for you guys?
Um, we don't have like a specific date to release music. We never worked like that. Just have a goal date to do something. We just, whenever we have time, whenever I go to Porto, because I'm the one who doesn't live in Porto right now. Whenever I go and we have the opportunity, we rehearse and we show. In the meanwhile, we send ideas to each other in the WhatsApp group. And whenever we have time, we start composing and getting familiar with new ideas and then testing them live. So after Festival da Canção, probably just keep on playing. Maybe if some European opportunities come of it, we'll just take it and try to explore Europe while we're showing our music to the people there. And yeah, and along the way, new music will appear, and we'll just join them all the ideas through time, and maybe release something. But we don't have like a specific date or anything or a goal to do any of those things.
No, fair enough. I think that sounds really good, to be honest. I mean, if you ever end up coming to Manchester, let me know. You'll definitely have at least one supporter who will be here. So don't you guys worry about that. There'll be something.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
No problem at all. It's all very good. And I guess just what's the sort of one final kind of message just to the people now who are going to be listening to your music from within Portugal, within, Europe, the rest of the world? What would be something now that they're going to follow you now, maybe, like what would you want to say to those people?
I don't know, I guess listen to our music. I hope you enjoy it. Have a good life themselves out of music. They don't need to listen to our music, but I hope they have a good life, everyone. And if we ever end up crossing paths, either in a show or in a trip or something like that, I don't know, feel free to talk to us if you ever recognize us because we're very small. But we like to connect and to talk to the people and get to know their opinions and how they're going. I don't know. I think that's one of the most rewarding parts of playing music is just visiting new places and meeting new people. So I don't know. It goes along those ways. The thing that I have to say.
And how about Miguel and Matias as well?
I have nothing to add to that. I think I would say the same.
Yeah, I'd say like definitely if you enjoy our music, keep listening to it. Um, if you don't. But I think that's kind of the basis of it all is just like a big thank you to everyone that has been listening and to you, Rory, for inviting us here. Because I mean, that's just the stuff that makes us not only like want to keep doing this, but like makes it possible for us to do it. And I'm being cheesy in a dinner table, so they're mocking me, but I'll keep on being cheesy. Because yeah, just a big thank you and like hope our like whatever we do that is really special for us because it really comes from a special place. If it you find something special in it, well, that's just the best thing in the world for us. So yeah.
Definitely, yeah. And you know what? Sometimes we need to be cheesy It doesn't matter. We can be cheesy as much as we want. It's perfect. Amazing. Well, muito obrigado e boa sorte pelas semifinais. It's going to be fantastic to see you guys come onto the stage and just show us something really fresh and something really, really cool. I can't wait to see what you have. It's going to be amazing. Thank you so much. Foi prazer em conhecer vocês. It's been a absolute pleasure. Thank you so much. Have an amazing day. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Likewise, man. Thank you.